He's heartbroken. He's forgotten. He sleeps in a depression-shaped bed. But he also becomes death itself, rules 50 dead worlds, and frees every soul from eternal dread. Mr. Fox is the loneliest being in OO on the outside, but the most cosmically significant character in Adventure Time on the inside. All hidden behind bags under his eyes, with years of quiet suffering, and with a masterclass in how pain can transform into purpose. And it all started with a forced kiss that ruined everything in Season 2's episode, Storytelling. Jake is sick. A blanket is not curing it, neither is a soup or a traditional bedtime story. The only way to make him feel better is a real story. Not just any story, a true story. One with all the elements, suspense, a happy ending, and most importantly, romance. So, Finn goes into the forest, finds Mr. Fox, finds a female goose named Bubafina, and decides to force them to kiss. You know, for his story, for Jake. But not before eating dirt himself. And that's where everything goes wrong. When Finn pushes them together and makes them kiss, Bubafina is devastated. She was in love with Mr. Goose, and now he'll never love her again. Mr. Fox doesn't react with anger or confusion. He reacts with devastation.
Oh no. I really did want to kiss Bubafina. I'm secretly in love with her.
And then he says the line that'll start his entire character arc.
No, it had to happen naturally. Now she'll never love me.
And he runs into the forest, heartbroken. This moment is crucial because it reveals something so painfully human. Mr. Fox had been harboring secret feelings for Bubafina all along. He was probably working up the courage, imagining the perfect moment, dreaming of how it could naturally develop. And Finn, in one misguided attempt to help his brother, destroyed every possibility of that ever happening. That forced kiss ruined everything. But it gets worse. At the rite of forest justice, where forest animals literally put Finn on trial for disrupting the natural order, we discover that Mr. Goose loves Bubafina as well. They confess their feelings to each other right there, in front of everyone, including Mr. Fox. So he never had a chance. He was loving someone from afar who was always meant for someone else. And now he has to watch them find happiness together, while his own chance at love died before it could even begin. Finn tries to fix it with blunt honesty by telling him outright that he just has to move on. And what makes Mr. Fox different from every other rejected character in fiction is that he accepts it. No nice guy bitterness or sense of entitlement, just quiet, graceful acceptance of a pain that he doesn't deserve. He doesn't blame Bubafina for loving someone else. He doesn't lash out at Mr. Goose for being chosen. He doesn't even blame Finn for ruining everything that he thought he could have at some point. He just accepts that this is reality now. That loneliness is his permanent condition. And in this moment, Adventure Time establishes a pattern that will define Mr. Fox for the next 9 years. He'll endure suffering without complaint. He'll exist in pain, quietly, on the margins, accepting that this is simply how his life is. He won't fight for better. He won't demand to be seen. He'll just be sad, alone, forgotten. 3 seasons pass before his next major appearance. It's now Season 5, episode Another 5 More Short Graybles. This episode has a theme, which is the 5 stages of grief. Each short segment represents a different stage: denial, anger, bargaining, acceptance, and depression. Mr. Fox, of course, gets the depression segment, and what we see is devastating. We find Mr. Fox returning home from the city to his small log cabin in the woods. He's alone. He's been alone. And as he gives us a tour of his house, we realize just how deeply his loneliness has carved itself into his physical reality. First, there's the rug. A dusty blue rug that his grandpa got from some bums. Nothing precious, just a sad rug from sad circumstances. Then there's the radiator. A violent, broken radiator that bounces around the room, shooting hot water everywhere. It's dangerous, and it's been broken for who knows how long. And Mr. Fox just kinda lives with it. He just accepts that this is his life now. And there are a ton of bugs, just lots of bugs everywhere. And in Mr. Fox's own words, they seem to be selling each other houses. Even the insects in his home have more social interaction than he does. But then we see it. His depression bed. Mr. Fox walks over to his bed, and there's literally an indent, a depression, a perfectly molded, body-shaped depression carved into the mattress. It's the exact shape of Mr. Fox's body compressed into the bed from years of just lying in the same fetal position night after night after night, maybe even day after day, from how indented it is. Mr. Fox looks at it and says,
Boy, it's like I can almost see myself sleeping in there.
and then his subconscious self appears in the bed. Just like Jake's subconscious from season 1, Mr. Fox can apparently interact with the thought material plane, which means that even in his dreams, Mr. Fox can't escape his reality. His subconscious starts to write some treasure maps. Cool. But here's the detail that makes this scene so brilliant and painful, which is this quote from just before it.
You see that depression? You can't buy that. You gotta earn it.
You have to earn a depression-shaped bed. Yep, you have to earn it through sustained suffering, through years of returning to the same spot, lying in the same position, feeling the same hopelessness press you into the mattress until your body leaves a permanent mark. And then, Cinnamon Bun suddenly bursts through Mr. Fox's wall, and he tries to stay optimistic. But his subconscious mutters,
What a jerk.
because even when Mr. Fox tries to accept his circumstances with grace and just to be friendly to people, his inner self knows that this isn't okay. This isn't living, this is just surviving, this is suffering. But he's there anyway. Mr. Fox's next appearance in AT makes this suffering seem even worse. It's season 6, episode 25. Years have passed since the Bubafina incident, and when Finn's astral form visits Mr. Fox's home during an out-of-body experience, we see Mr. Fox sleeping there. And his sleeping body is still talking about Bubafina. Years later, after everything, he's still dreaming of her. Nothing has changed. He's still in love. And nothing will change, I guess. His astral form is just sitting there doing a Sudoku puzzle, which is a perfect metaphor for how he just fills his endless, empty time. When Finn appears, the astral form of Mr. Fox offers him a drink. Probably just water, right? What else would he have? They have a brief interaction, but when Finn is involuntarily pulled away to continue his journey, Mr. Fox calls it sorta rude, and hopes Finn will come back. Finn immediately realizes that Mr. Fox is really lonely. If you thought that was the end of it, well, it's not. Adventure Time ups the ante even more in the companion episode, The Comet, where there's a suggestion that Mr. Fox holds a very specific title.
Friendship, isolation, jealousy.
So let that sink in for a moment. In a show that features the Ice King, who spent 1,000 years slowly losing his mind to the crown, forgetting everyone he loved, and becoming so isolated that he kidnaps princesses just to have someone to talk to, and then you have Marceline, who lived for 1,000 years watching everyone she cared about die, drifting through eternity with no one to understand her. And you have Lemongrab, literally created as a mistake and rejected by his own creator. Magic Man, who lost his wife and spent centuries being cruel because he couldn't process his grief and because magic made the man mad. And this isn't a show full of tragic, isolated, forgotten characters. And instead, Mr. Fox is used to represent isolation because he keeps failing at connection, and that's his life. In Jake the Dad and other episodes, we see that Mr. Fox has a family, or at least a community of other foxes, so he's part of a tribe. But in said episode, Mr. Fox finds a children's book called Baby Eating Fox and the Babies, and he convinces the other foxes that they should hunt and eat a baby. It's a ridiculous plan that fails spectacularly and humiliates all of them. And after that disaster, it's heavily implied that Mr. Fox alienated himself from his own people. So yeah, he has community, but he remains completely isolated, and that's what makes it worse. In Ocarina, Mr. Fox rents some space at Finn and Jake's house. He has his own house, his own home, but he pays to stay at someone else's house because he's that desperate for connection, for proximity to others, for any sense of not being alone. And throughout seasons 7, 8, and 9, Mr. Fox appears in some minor roles. He's questioned about fox crimes in King's Ransom. He's transformed into an Ice Elemental Orchestra member during the Elements miniseries, and he appears in backgrounds during some major events. So he's always there, he's kind of a major character, he's always present, but he's not ever central to the plot. He's not a major character, never important enough to have his own storyline and to be followed. He kind of exists without mattering too much, a side character that is seen without being too noticed. We see Mr. Fox watching along with Bubafina and Mr. Goose. They're together, and he's separate. Even at the end of the world, the pattern holds. But there's another detail, a tiny, easy-to-miss moment that wouldn't mean anything until years later. We see Beth, living over 1,000 years in the future, picking up a skull in Bemo's house, a fox skull. She looks at it for a moment, then drops it. It might be Mr. Fox's skull, so his intact remains sitting in Bemo's collection of relics from the past is just treated like another forgotten artifact. Maybe not so forgotten because Bemo has it, but at least this confirmed that Mr. Fox died. Well, it would have been a long time ago at this point, but he did die, like everyone else. Even in death, he was just part of the background, a skull in a pile of memories, a character who died like many other creatures of the forest. 1,000 years passed, and the loneliest being in Ooo remained lonely, even in death, never found someone, never found a partner. Or so he thought. Once Together Again rolls around, we get to see him again, and he's there to guide souls that are transitioning to the dead worlds. Finn doesn't even ask anything. Mr. Fox just starts monologuing about his life.
Working slow and steady toward my ultimate goal. A hypoallergenic pillow.
Even in the afterlife, Mr. Fox's ambition extends no further than simple comfort. A soft pillow, something gentle, something that won't irritate him. That's all he wants. After years of loneliness, after the depression-shaped bed, after being the loneliest being in Ooo, he just wants to rest comfortably. Maybe with someone, or just to be comfortable and to find meaning in something. And yeah, there's something beautiful about that, something honest. But you know, Finn and Jake aren't in the dead worlds for a casual visit, they have to pass through. Something's wrong here. New Death has been possessed by the Lich and he wants to end reincarnation entirely. There have to be some heroes around to stop him, right? And those heroes are, of course, Finn and Jake. Now, there's a problem with this. Someone needs to kill Death, and according to the rules of the Dead Worlds, whoever kills Death, using the Kiss of Life, becomes Death. Finn and Jake both realize what this means. One of them is gonna have to take on the cosmic responsibility of ruling all 50 Dead Worlds, forever, alone. Neither wants to condemn the other to that dreadful fate. So they fight. Each one wants to sacrifice themselves so the other can be free. Finn insists that he should do it. Jake insists that no, he should do it. They're so focused on each other, so determined to make this sacrifice, that they don't notice someone else approaching. Someone who has been watching in the background. Someone who understands sacrifice better than either of them. Mr. Fox. He walks up to the scene, casually grabs the Kiss of Life. Finn and Jake had been struggling with it earlier, couldn't figure out which end was which, couldn't get it to work properly, but Mr. Fox, he just picks it up, he holds it correctly, and the Kiss of Life shoots. New Death dies. And Mr. Fox, this forgotten, lonely, low-level clerk who just wanted a hypoallergenic pillow, becomes the New Death. His reaction?
Oh, hey, how about that?
And that's it. That's the line. Just a casual, almost bemused acknowledgement that something unexpected happened. Because at the end of the day, that's really who Mr. Fox is. Even after everything, even after his whole life was awful and lonely, and even after he becomes Death himself, he doesn't see himself as special, he doesn't see his circumstances as unique or strange in any way. It's just, oh, that's another thing that just happened. That's life, or death in this case. He just sees himself as Mr. Fox, the guy who really wants a pillow. Which is exactly where something beautiful happens. He becomes the kindest Death the universe has ever seen. His first act as the new ruler of the Dead Worlds? He immediately goes to the first Dead World and just saves everyone there. He moves them on to some better realms, gives them peace. And most importantly, he gives them all hypoallergenic pillows. Every single soul, comfortable, soft, irritation-free pillows so that everyone can experience some blissful peace and rest. He resets 49 of the 50 Dead Worlds, restoring order after New Death's corruption. He restructures the entire afterlife to be more compassionate, more comfortable, more kind. Everyone who arrives in the Dead Worlds is tired, they've lived full lives, they've struggled, they've suffered, they've loved, they've lost. What they really need isn't judgment or fear or cosmic indifference or just somewhere to sit for eternity. They need to rest. They need comfort. They need community. They need someone who understands pain to tell them that it's okay now, they're safe. They need Mr. Fox. There's one more moment that matters too. At some point during Together Again, Mr. Fox talks about Bubafina. No bitterness, just genuine happiness for her. She's moved on to continue the reincarnation cycle. She's living new lives, having new adventures. And Mr. Fox, who has stepped outside of that cycle to serve, is genuinely happy for her. He's glad that she can live her own life and be happy. He's moved on because he's found something bigger than his own loneliness, than his own pain. He's found purpose. And in helping Finn and Jake navigate the afterlife, eventually facilitating their reincarnation together so that they can continue having adventures side by side, Mr. Fox gives them the connection that he always wanted and sacrifices it to give it to them instead, because he wanted to save their friendship, their brotherhood, and he suffered the loneliness instead as a consequence. As Death, he has the ability to help every single soul that passes through his realm. He doesn't have any connection to any individual being quite like they do, but he's also no longer forgotten or overlooked, just like another background character. He is Death. He is essential to the purpose, to the mechanics of the universe, and he's still lonely. But now, the loneliest being in Ooh became the one who connects all souls to the afterlife. Everyone knows him. He's important now. The one desperately who wanted visitors now greets every soul who dies and has a chance to make a friend with any one of them. The one who couldn't find comfort now provides eternal comfort to others. So while he's still a bit lonely and while he still wants that comfortable pillow, now he can talk to anyone he wants, he can make friends with anyone, and maybe he'll meet life eventually. The fox who lived like death now became Death, who teaches others how to live in death. And that's why this is the saddest character with the happiest ending. Not because Mr. Fox found happiness for himself in life, but because he became happiness for everyone else in death, and that makes him happy. Mr. Fox's story is about how suffering can transform into purpose. But if you want to see how Adventure Time explores that same journey in its main hero, then you need to watch our deep dive on the philosophy of Finn. And thank you so much for watching this video. Please check out that other video and leave a comment down below, leave us a like, and subscribe if you haven't. We're so happy you're here. We're almost at 130,000 subscribers. I can't believe we've gotten this far. Thank you so much for being part of our journey, and we hope to have many more and many more lessons to come. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.